In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how I make browned butter. I really like using it in certain cookie dough recipes and sometimes even in buttercream. Now that holiday season's coming up, it's early November as I'm recording this. Perfect time to do plenty of baking and use this browned butter. So usually when a recipe calls for half a cup or a full cup, you might put in, a stick or 2 sticks of butter, however much is needed for browned butter, because we're essentially reducing it, evaporating off some water. It does change the consistency of it and overall the volume. So we might not measure out exactly the same way. Once you brown your butter, you're going to have to weigh it out when you're ready to use it. When you weigh 1 cup of traditional butter, it's usually around 225 or 227 grams. When you're weighing 1 cup of browned butter, because we have lost a lot of water in its makeup, density's changed a little bit. When we measure out 1 cup, it's going to be anywhere between 185 to 195 grams. I like staying somewhere in the middle and just using 190 if I'm weighing it out for 1 cup of butter. So over here, I had dropped in 5 sticks of butter. I like doing a little bit extra. So if I'm doing 1 cup of butter, I'm always going to want to use at least 3 sticks. I like making more, so I have it on hand ready to use for other bakes. As we go through, you're going to start melting all your butter over a skillet or a pot like I have here. And you're going to just keep stirring. You can take breaks in between. Once it starts bubbling, or if you're worried about it burning, that's a great time to stir it, or if it's starting to splatter too. So for me, it took close to 15 minutes to get to the end goal that I wanted on the stovetop. I started on a medium setting and then started dropping it to between medium to low and eventually down to low once it was really bubbling and going. And you just keep stirring. Eventually, it starts looking a little frothy, and you might see sediment start to form. This is exactly what you want to happen. So eventually, you're going to start noticing that sediment at the bottom is going to start turning brown. So once it starts getting a nice light brown color, and you start noticing that the smell has also changed, sometimes it's a lot more nutty smelling. And it has a nice, rich, deep scent to it. It smells really good. So once it starts browning and the smell starts changing and deepening, that's a great time to either drop it all the way down to low or even remove it from heat. Because as it sits in that pot, it's going to continue cooking off that butter and it will continue to darken. I like moving it off to the side and letting it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. From there, I do transfer it into a heat-safe bowl and then just keep stirring every so often. I like sticking it in the fridge for 5 minutes at a time, pulling it out, stirring, sometimes even 10 minutes, depending if it's taking a long time to cool down. You can even set it overnight. I like doing the method where I cool and stir on and off just because it's a lot easier to distribute those brown bits so they don't all collect at the bottom, because it is a lot harder to mix it all together at the end. Hope you enjoy using this in your future recipes.